Watching television has never really been viewed as a good pastime, but at least one could justify the action by saying that what they was watching was informative, produced with intelligent thought, or at the very least, easily recognizable as fiction. However, these arguments have been harder and harder to pass off in the last decade or so. Our television has been overrun by reality TV, shows that portray the real lives of individuals, either in their day-to-day grinds or in manufactured situations. It is nearly impossible to turn on TV nowadays without seeing some practically brain-dead girl crying because she can't make a decision over 15 dudes, or the heartbreaking emotional trials in the world of competitive dog grooming, or a midget yelling at some washed-up celebrity for leaving their pubes on the soap. Reality television has taken over America, and I'm here to ask you to stop watching reality TV in an attempt to rid television of these talentless, substance-lacking, and misguiding shows. One of the biggest problems is the shows that give long-lasting fame and money to individuals who have done nothing to deserve it. Shows that have given relevance to names like Heidi Muntop, Tila Tequila, Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian, and so on. What have any of these people done to be famous? What talents do they possess, other than being extremely dumb and skanky? To illustrate my point, here's an actual statement made by Tila Tequila, provided by 411mania.com. I'm shooting a commercial for safe sex. How ironic, because I don't have that. Not only is this girl not contributed one useful thing to society, but she's a walking spokesperson for AIDS. Awesome. Still, you can't go through a store's checkout without seeing these, as well as other talentless faces plastered everywhere, with every little detail of their lives on display, so that bored, sad Americans can have something to gossip about in order to forget how little else they really have to talk about. Pretty soon, reality television producers are going to reach a point where there's nothing left to film. Everything real about life is broadcasted to entertain the public. It is alarming what is passable as television nowadays. When is it going to reach a point of being too pathetic? When you're watching the 5th installment of the world's most jaded jaywalkers? There are rarely any television shows that seem to offer much intelligence. The only intelligence that seems to be involved is the producers being wise enough to realize that the mass public loves this garbage. But rarely are any of the characters intelligent, nor do they offer any meaningful insight. Shows such as The Simple Life or The Hills aren't doing much to aid in the positive mental development of Americans, especially considering shows such as these are supposed to be depicting real lives. Which brings me to my last point. Reality television isn't real. MSNBC.com has noted this, saying that the characters depicted on many reality television shows aren't that much different from stock characters that are on fictional television shows. There's a sweet girl from rural America trying to retain small-town values while swimming in a sea of debauchery. There's a gel-infested bro who just wants to get every lady into his bed using his freshly waxed chest in combination with his meager IQ. And then there's the aggressive, bossy, lone wolf black woman, not stopping to make any friends in her quest for whatever prize is being offered. This last character has been coined by Africana.com as the sister with an attitude, and there are plenty of examples to justify the labeling. Omarosa on The Apprentice, Camille on America's Next Top Model, New York on Flavor of Love, and her own show, I Love New York. The thing is, the stereotypes that all of these characters portray are worse than stereotypes played by fictional characters. You probably wouldn't walk up to a black guy on the streets with something pleasing to say to him, thinking that he's going to slap his hands together and yell, "Dynamite!" But partly thanks to television, you might think that a guy with gelled hair and a shirt from Abercrombie & Fitch is a douche nozzle. Also, the shows often portray the bad behavior or decisions that seem more decent, considering that these real characters are engaging in them. Shows such as A Shot at Love with Tila Tequila or Who Wants to Marry a Millionaire showcase one person weeding through 10 or more potential partners to find one that they are in love with. These shows tend to depict a person engaging in sexual activities with multiple people throughout the season, even on a single episode. It's a cesspool of chlamydia and regret, and it's passed off as real conduct, misguiding many viewers. Or what about shows such as Dr. 90210, which features people coming in to get different plastic surgeries, and the heart-wrenching tales of them struggling through life with a flat chest or a saggy ass. It's terrible that shows such as these showing Americans that you can't live a normal life until your looks effectively replace your personality. To wrap it up, I'd like to say one more thing. It used to be, after dealing with the suckfest that is the real world, you could come home, turn on your TV, and watch something completely made up to escape the crappy reality. Now, after dealing with buttholes and morons all day, you get off and you say, man, I just want to get home so I can watch a new episode of Buttholes and Morons. There is no escape. In the quest for new and riveting entertainment, America has hit a low. Reality television has certainly been successful at entertaining the public, but at what costs? We've given money and fame to idiots, we've allowed for the production of more and more ridiculous show concepts, and accepted a false reality that has provided bad stereotypes and even worse role models. But, if we all stop watching, we may just be able to get some of this junk off the air, and perhaps restore just a tiny bit of respect for America in the eyes of the world. I'm not going to hold my breath, though. This concludes my speech, and thank you for joining me today.